Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. So as promised, I will make a chatty flip through of this sea-themed design team project journal. And I don't know if you've seen, I've already posted the non-chatty version of the flip on my Instagram account. But if you like to get the details and maybe to know more about the process behind, I don't know, maybe the collages or the pages I put inside, well, just stay with me, and I will try to be quick. But I also have two other journals to show you today, and these are going to be for sale at my sea-themed sale on my shop account, which is shop.craftedpaperbits on Instagram. And I will put everything down below. And I created these two blank journals. So this is the first time that I'm doing that. And I don't know, maybe that is a nice alternative to the bigger one, which are obviously more expensive. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick flip of these two as well. And these are obviously also sea-themed. Okay, so this, as I said, this is a design team project for Cassie at Dusty Roses on Instagram, and I will put everything, all her links down below. So her Etsy shop, the different digital kits that I used, which are also written here, if you want to pause that. And so she has a special, she has a kit that is sea-themed, and it's called My Heart at the Sea. And I also used some of the some ephemera that she has in one kit, which is called Antique Neutrals. And I will show you throughout the journal where the things are. Okay, so let's just start. This is a pretty big junk journal. It feels like it's bigger than the ones that I usually make. I don't know if you can see it with my hands, but I'm going to measure that one. And I do measure in centimeters, just so you know. This is 16 centimeters by, yeah, it's 24.5. So it's pretty tall. It's a tall journal, and it's very thick, and yeah. So the cover is just made with very pretty trims and fabric pieces that I had received from friends on Instagram, and also purchased on different shops. And you can see I did a little bit of collage with some vintage lace here. There will be a lot of these pieces, and these are cotton fabric, but they are eco-dyed, and I purchased a bundle of these beautiful blues and like kind of brown-ish in a shop called AntiqueWardrobeFinds, sorry. And I will link her shop down below, because this is an Etsy shop, and I think it's my favorite shop for fabrics and fabric bundles. So I'll just share that with you. If you're interested, you can check that out. And what else? I believe I got that one as well from her. This beautiful applique I got from Pamela at Austin Paper Tree. I will link her Instagram down below. This I think I also got from, I think she's called Beata. So I think I got that from her. And this is just like a little, it's not hardware, it's like a metal piece that was on a bracelet. And so I just decided to sew it on here. And I hope you can see that the different elements kind of remind of the sea, with like the different textures and blues and, you know, movements in the patterns and stuff like that. And also what I added on this cover is those little gems. So these are like stickers, and I kind of put them in a way that you can't really take them off, because they're underneath this this lace, this applique, I mean. So like some kind of treasure, yeah, underneath. So here's the back, and I used that kind of, I don't know how you call that, but I received in a fabric bundle, I received a bunch of these, and there was only the D letter, so I don't want to just not use it because my name is not D, but yeah, I thought it was also fitting because, well, my last name starts with a D, and also it's a design team project for Dusty Roses. Well, the only real reason for me putting that on the back is just because I thought it was pretty. It's, yeah, just pretty. It adds an interest, and yeah, that was the only letter, as I said, that I got. Then on the side you will see this sort of wavy tall fabric, and this just reminded me of seaweed, the way it kind of does this wave. It's not like ruffles. It's more airy. I don't know how to say that, but it just reminds me of seaweeds, and I thought it was fun. So when you open it up, yeah, I really feel this is a big journal. I tried to make it as much writing friendly as possible. I know I tend to embellish a lot my journals, but I really wanted the last ones that I made to be, yeah, just more, to have more space to do your own things, and to collage, to be able to write, and yeah. So yeah, this is just my card here. As usual, I talk a lot of French papers. Some are vintage, some are antique. This is just a letter, and I added this one because it's blue. And this is a wedding deed, so it's antique. It's very pretty. It has this embossed stamp here. So that goes in the pocket here, and this is just like small collage with a wax seal. And so I wanted this journal to be a collection of like beautiful and handmade things. So you'll see there are a lot of very heavy and beautiful fabrics that are dyed, that are upholstery. And also the papers that I used inside, there are some handmade papers, hand-dyed papers, just a variety of beautiful supply that I've been collecting. And this one, for example, this gorgeous paper is from Chantal at Red Page Cafe. And all the people that I will mention in that video, I will post their information down below. So this has kind of a purple blue tone to it, and I think she did some cabbage dye on this one, but maybe she added something more because there's some purple as well. So this is just a handmade journaling card. In the back there's like avocado and coffee dyed paper. So these, actually, this is just an illustration from, like a cutout. I love using illustration in my journals, like that you can find in magazines or books and stuff like that. And so I found this one that was, yeah, just so fitting to the theme. And this is like a toothpaste label. Okay, that was clipped on here. But so as you can see, lots of space to write, and just a little bit of interest here and there, because I can't stand a white page, so I had to add something. And here's a little bit of washi and some scrap. This is a big tag that I made, so just using different things and trims. You can actually put a date here, a title, some ruffles here, and some gems, and you can write on the back. Then we have some ephemera pieces that are in both kits. This one is from the sea-themed kit, and this one from the ephemera kit. And I've been having fun lately trying to print different images and just digital kits on different types of paper. Like for example, this one is printed on some vintage ledger page, so it gives this like more brownish color, and it has lines, and I thought it was kind of neat. So this is a gorgeous handmade paper with little flowers that are yeah, just put inside. I don't know how to say that, but this I got from an Etsy shop that I believe is called BeastiesBotanicals, and I will put her shop down below. I'm not sure if that's the right name, but she has some very beautiful handmade paper. So I just, for this one, I just sewed it to a piece of trim, and this was actually a fabric scrap. And then on the other side, you'll see I also sewed some pieces that were not possible to sew on their own, if that makes any sense, but you see what I mean. So clipped on this paper, we have two French vintage and antique papers. This one is antique, and it's a page from a deed that was written on this beautiful blue paper. And then we have a receipt that is from the 50s. On this page, I actually had a few questions about how I did that, and this is an idea I got from Maria at J'adore le papier, and I will link her channel down below. She is the one who inspired me to print the different kits on different types of papers, such as the ledger that I showed you just before, and this is actually printed on a piano roll paper. I thought the idea was just so nice, and I wanted to try it out, and I think the result is amazing. Like, you can still write on it, and you do have the details and the writings from the piano roll. And so what I did is simply to take a piece of piano roll paper, to glue it down onto some coffee dyed paper. Then I put it under something heavy overnight, so the paper would lay flat and that it would be easier to print on it. And so then the next day I just printed the kit, like a page from a kit on it, and here's just this beautiful frame. And of course the color won't be the same as in the digital kit, so simply because the piano roll paper is kind of brown. But I thought it looked pretty good. And you'll see the other side of the paper is actually it's the same page as this one, as this frame, and it came out brown and dark blue, and I love these colors together. And it's not the initial color, but I love the effect it has on the piano roll paper. But anyways, this is just a very nice idea to try out. And yeah, and just added some trim, and this is some eco-dyed paper, eco-dyed fabric. So very beautiful piece of fabric here. This is from the kit, the sea-themed kit, and I believe this is an extra that you can get if you are a Patreon, and I will put the information about that down below as well. So I just collaged a little bit on it, and you can actually write on the back. This is Cabbage dyed paper, and it already had 2 holes, so I just added a ribbon here, and it is actually a coffee dyed ribbon with those sea themed images on it. So that was just perfect for this journal. And on this side, this is the other side of the piano roll paper, and so there was an extra part that I just folded and glued on the back, and there's some collage piece here, a little bit of stamping here and there, and it is in the kit. So I actually only glued it in the middle so you can tuck things up and down. And inside there's just some pieces of ephemera. Here's a calling card, and again some printables that are printed on ledger paper, and some different vintage labels. So here's the back of that Cabbage guide. I just stamped an image here. And then on this side we have this little tag, which is also a booklet. So what I did is just take, what was it? Oh, I think it was some sort of leaflet, and I kept it because it was kind of sturdy paper, and I just cut the form of the tag and made some holes. So you can actually make some secret journaling if you'd like to. And this is a quote, not a quote, verse, I believe you say. I hope that's the right term, but this is in the kit as well, Cassie's kit. And I just added a few details here and some scraps here that I sewn like a small journal. And yeah, you can make some journaling in here, and it's just some variety of paper scraps. And then you can just close it. And this is a floating piece. I mean, I didn't attach it because it's quite big. It takes some space, so you can actually remove it and put it somewhere else if you'd like to, or find, of course, a space dedicated in this journal. On this side, this is a printable from Cassie, and this is a background page. And I usually print on like double-sided, so on just regular coffee paper. And so yeah, this is two different pages from her kit. Sorry. I just sewn a pocket here, and I did this thing, like I did a small rose, like fabric rose, and attached some fabric trims and some kind of small ribbon, and I think it actually looks like a jellyfish somehow. So I just I thought it was a cute idea, and I like all the different pieces of fabric here. So you can actually remove those trims because these are attached with a ball pin. Inside, I just tucked a handmade collaged journaling card, and this is a printable. This is from the kit Antique Neutrals, and it's already like you already have this shape on the ephemera, because it's I believe it was a very old ephemera piece, and I just came back and scratched it with some, like not a knife, but like a small knife, if you will, and just aged it with some ink. So you have some journaling space here. This is some very I don't know, it feels like onion skin paper, but it's not. It's just has the same texture. And I put a stamp here. This was like a shopping bag piece, and I just glued like a random book page on it and made a little tuck. And these are actually these are stickers, and they look like tiles. So I thought it was fitting for the theme. There's a milk cap, and inside just this is a random like piece of French paper. I believe it's a receipt and a postcard, a vintage postcard, French as well. That looks like a telegram, and also this little photo holder, and inside I tucked the pictures, like the photographs that are included in Cassie's kit. And I did print them on some linen paper. So it has this texture on it, which is quite nice. And it's actually very sturdy. You can journal on the back and or glue it down, and it's very pretty pictures. So these are tucked inside here. So this is the other side of this craft like paper bag, and this is a piece of Cassie's kit that I just torn to make a collage here. This is some ephemera. This was initially a postcard, and I love this beautiful picture, so I just made it as a page. And here is just a collage of vintage French paper and some fabrics as well. So you have this like eco-dyed fabric here, a little piece of that, then some Sari, and here I just pinned this beautiful trim, and this is actually a true vintage pin. Then on this side, this is a really cool paper, and this is, I'm sure this is from Chantal again, from Red Page Cafe, and she cabbage dyed this paper using, I believe, some sort of pot which had holes, so it gave this nice like effect on the paper. I really love that paper so much. Here's just some French recipe book page, and this is about like a specific type of fish, and some writing space, some journaling space, and journaling card as well. This is some wallpaper that was actually gifted to me by Cassie as well, I believe. Or maybe I purchased it from her shop. She also has an Etsy shop. Well, yeah, she has an Etsy shop with her digital kits, but she also has an Instagram shop where she sells like various goodies, vintage things, handmade things, and so I will link that down below as well. That was attached here, but this is a pocket made out of a roladex card, I believe you say, and this was actually again eco-dyed by Pamela at Austin Paper Tree, and I received some beautiful eco-dyed roladex card from her in a Happy Mail. On here I just added this piece which was also eco-dyed, and it has those embroidered flowers which are really pretty. This is the back of the cabbage dyed paper, and I just stamped those plants which I thought looked like seaweeds. I have some journaling space here, some random ephemera pieces. Yeah, don't remember how you flashcard. Yeah, I believe they're called flashcards. And this is just a small piece of ephemera, like you know, those little like snapshots, booklets. And I just added a vintage trim. Here, this is a piece of carbon paper you can play around with. Then we have antique French postcard. It actually had a die cut here. And some very pretty writing. This one is dated from 1918. Some stamps here. This is a beautiful, like, I don't know what it is, but it came in a bundle that I purchased on Etsy. And this is just random pieces of collage on this antique French ledger. I just added some collages and some stamping here as well. This is a beautiful page from Cassie's kit. Here it's just some, well actually that one was printed on the linen textured paper. So this is the back and you can see the details. I just added some Sari trim, a piece of the beautiful handmade sparkly paper from Heather. I just added this recipe card of a seafood au gratin. And this is also part of Cassie's kit, and I actually printed this one on some like onion skin paper, so we have this nice crinkly sound. And this is a menu, so I thought it was cool to print that out on this type of paper. Some tickets. This is a, well, almost antique. It's from 22. We have a pocket here with some, just a little bit of interest, and this another antique, beautiful French postcard. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was checking the date, but I couldn't find it. Some pattern paper, a book page. This label is from Cassie's kit as well, so I just decided to actually glue part of it like on one page and the other is on the other side of the page. And then here I added this, this is a digital print from Samples Design. These are those fabric sample cards, and this one is blue, that's why I added that one in the journal. And ooh, on the other side I just glued some pattern paper, and there's this like altered envelope, and I just added some ruffles, some gold leaves, and just a button, some twine, and inside you have the original letter. On this page we have, this is a book page with a boat illustration, and I just used a vintage postcard to make a tuck, and I just edged it on the sides to make a more grungy look, and added some stickers, collage, and this is just a journaling card, and this one is Cabbage dyed, and then I added this tuck spot here. Some journaling space. This is some this is a printable from Cassie's kit. I added a bit of fabric on the top. Another of Cassie's beautiful kit. This is one of my favorite from the My Heart at the Sea kit. I just love the colors. They're so like soothing. It's like this pretty pale green. And the center page is a menu that I found in a book, and it has this like sea themed illustration here. This is again another of Cassie's page, and I just added some washi, an illustration, and on this side I added a flip with some washi, so you can remove it if you think it's too bulky or you don't really need it. This is actually a vintage ice cream bar wrapping, and I backed it with some scrapbooking paper, so you can, I don't know, maybe write something here, cover that, make a pocket, and yeah. Here's some collages, the other side of this pretty label. And I also added some supplies that you can like create with and have fun with. And this is a piece of embossed wallpaper, so I just added that on this page. And on the other side we have a vintage French postcard. So this is another example of trying to print some of Cassie's digitals on various types of papers, and this was initially some kind of school like letterhead, and I just printed that receipt that was in the Antique Neutrals digital kit, and I just like the details. And you can actually write, like, you could cut it out if you'd rather have collage pieces, but you can also like write around or on the back. And I just added some ruffles here and a piece of this beautiful Sari trim. Has some pearls on it. It's really pretty. And you can actually remove that. It's just attached with a ball pin. This is the other side of this vintage document with pretty handwriting, and now on this side we have this is actually sealed. You will have to remove the seal to open this. This is a journaling spot, and I believe this paper is Cabbage dyed as well. And yeah, it's just I just folded this paper so you can add some secret journaling. I thought it was cute. This is just glued on, and I added this piece of Sari on the back. You can create with. Here's another of Cassie's digital kit, and I love this one so much. It's so pretty, such a pretty illustration. I just made some fabric collage with this velvety fabric and Sari trim. This is the other side of this antique French ledger, and I put this piece of vellum scrapbooking paper, like I placed it crooked, but I stitched straight so the ephemera holds straight. I thought it was fun. And this is just a piece of French ephemera dated from 34. Small collages here. This is from my artwork sticker book. This is an illustration of Dali's artwork. And this is the other side of this antique music sheet, and I also added some German tickets on this side. And I made this big tag using Cassie's digital, and this was initially a journal page, but I decided to turn it into a tag. So I just added some collaged pieces here and some fabric scraps. And on the back you have this tuck spot with this vintage negative holder, and I tucked inside a few illustrations of boats and cigarette cards. So you can actually also collage further if you need more journaling space, but you can journal on the back of this tag. Then next we have, this was attached here, but this is a collection of tags that comes with the kit, and I don't remember if this is a Patreon exclusive or if this is included in the kit available on her Etsy shop, but I will link the information down below. So this is a collection of tags that she's made already, made, so you just have to fussy cut them out. And these I printed on linen paper, so it has pretty nice texture, and you can write on the back. I just added some trims here, and this little thing that came, this is actually my mom who gave this to me. I believe she bought something from this company, and it had this pretty tag here. Yeah, I thought it was so pretty, so I just added this here. But again, you can remove that and attach it to some other places if you'd rather to. And this is an ephemera that came into the Antique Neutrals, and I just printed that on some sort of onion skin, like transparent paper. Then I also added some floating pieces that you can actually remove from the journal, or maybe stick it in it. It's really up to you, but I added this cutout from an antique French postcard album page, and I just tuck this beautiful, authentic, antique French ephemera here. It's a calling card. It's really pretty. And this is the other side of this Cabbage dotted paper, and there's some Sari tab here, a little bit of collage. And here's another floating piece, and this is just some writing space with a little bit of collage. This is real, I don't know how you pronounce that, hydrangea? No, that's probably wrong. But this is just a pressed flower, and so this is a floating pocket. And again, you can remove that from the journal, and has a pocket on the front here and a pocket on the back. And I just tucked these two black and white pieces, and you can actually journal on the back. You could cover that up as well. This is a beautiful piece of handkerchief that I received in a Happy Mail, and I just thought it would make a nice, like, hiding tuck flip, I mean. Here we have another flip that I made with a French ephemera, and I just attached it with this gorgeous, it's an eco-dyed fabric, and there's some, like, yeah, I just didn't want to cut this out because it's so pretty. And on the back I just attached, like, I washi taped a piece of ephemera that came in Cassie's kit. So I just added this Denizen label on the back, but you can remove that and place it somewhere else in the journal if you'd rather to. And this is the packaging, the other side of this packaging, in a piece of stationery, just a note. And on the other side we have tuck spot on the top, and this is, I added a brad here, so this is kind of like moving around. And this is a French vintage receipt that was pinned with another paper, so I just left it as is. I thought it was nice. And I also have this little handmade pocket with some different labels, and yeah, this library card, which was, I believe it was coffee dyed. This is something I made. It's just like a fun little, yeah, like side interest made with stamps. So I glued that onto Cassie's page, and this is another of Cassie's digital, and I love this paper so much. It's so pretty. Here we have an antique French postcard, just some random journaling paper, and a ruffle with a little pen here. This was in her antique neutral, so I just collaged it here, and this was also in the kit, and I love how this turned out. I love the color and the fact that it has lines. I just printed that receipt printable on ledger paper, and I just love the look of it. And you can write on the back, or just collage with it. Then onto this this side of the piano roll paper, and I just added this little fabric collage here. This is pieces of Sari trim that I fussy cut out, and this is the other side of this fabric piece. I mean, on the other side there was the handmade paper that I attached to this fabric piece, and so here we have two postcards, and these are vintage French, and I just so they are not moving too much, I just attached this piece of, like, it's a roladex card, I believe. I just glued it on each side, so it's it's not moving too much. And again, you could collage here and add some journaling space if you'd like to. It's just a flip made out of this beautiful Sari trim. I believe I got this one from Boho Tree. And this was also from the digital kit, sorry. And I just glued it on a eco-dyed roladex card made by Pamela. We have some Cabbage dyed lined paper for your journaling. Some random piece of ephemera, Union Pacific System, memo pads. And this is a label that was hand dyed by Alessandra at Paper Art Alessandra, and this was dyed with rose petals, so it's really special. It's really beautiful. And last, this is the last bit of this journal, and we just have a label here so you can date the journal, and yeah, and that's it for this journal. I'm so sorry, it's a very long video, so I think I'm just gonna make another one, a very quick one, to show you these two blank journals. But I hope you enjoyed this video. This will be for sale for my sea theme sale happening very soon. I will post more information on my shop account on Instagram. And also I forgot to mention that this postcard will come with the journal. And so I will see you guys in a bit for a flip through of these two, and I hope you enjoyed this video and you have a great day. Bye bye.